This is the look we're going to be doing today. So it's the other look of the Rain on Me music video. I saw it too and I was just like, we're doing that one too. But I didn't have these crystals that she had on the thing. So right away I was like, and then they just got here yesterday, but it was way too hot to film it yesterday. So right now I'm doing it. And yeah, so I'm gonna use the Anastasia Original Norvina and the Soft Glam. I'm also gonna be doing the House Labs Glam Attacks in Aphrodite and Legend. Start first with Aphrodite. I actually like to just take it on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to use this Urban Decay. I love this brush, especially for the lid. It's the Urban Decay, what is it? E203 large eyeshadow brush. Yeah. And so I'm just going to take that and then load it with the Glam Attack in Aphrodite. And so typically like or at least me, when I do looks like this, I do the crease first and then I cut out the lid and then work on the lid. But today I'm going to be doing it kind of like backwards. And so I'm going to sketch how the lid with Aphrodite. I put that down. I made sure to put it above the fold of my crease. That way it doesn't like see in this eye, I can have my eye open and you can still see like the definition of the eyelid and the crease and so on. So that's why I want to bring it slightly above. And the thing too with these kind of liquid eyeshadow pigment things, you have to be careful with them too, because if you pack on too much then they get like cakey and then it's just not a fun time. So the best way that I can like recommend is just like pat it and roll the pigment, because rolling the pigment really is what activates it and makes it sparkly and glittery. So yeah, this is the first shade, that was Aphrodite. And then I'm going to take Legend and same method, just on the back of my hand. So I'm just going to pack like down here. So you can see how instant. There wasn't really a picture that in natural lighting that showed exactly what color was on the lid. It just kind of looked like shiny, like glittery. And another reason too why I wanted to do the lid first was because I wanted the transition shadows to kind of have a little sparkle in them too. And because I used to have a NARS palette that had a black in it that had shimmer, but I think I threw it away because I couldn't find it. So that's why I just figured if I do the lid first and then blend in the other colors, obviously the pigment will blend upwards and it'll sneak into the black and stuff. So I'm just gonna take a very small, tiny detail brush. This is actually a Sephora Pro eyeliner brush. And I'm gonna take Noir from the Soft Glam palette. And then this is when I'm gonna start really defining everything. So I'm just gonna go in here. So right now we're just laying down the shape of the eye again. That's pretty good. This is one of my holy grail brushes. It's the Morphe M562. Super, super good, especially to like blend in really small, tiny places. Bomb. But I place down and start blending that out. So black is definitely one of those colors where you have to be very careful how you work with it, because you can easily add a little too much. And it's always easier to add more than to take off, especially with black. So I definitely would recommend make sure you're blending out completely before you even go in with more. So I blended that out, and then I'm just gonna literally tap once into Noir take off the excess and then go over that same line to smoke it out even further. Let me let my dog out. And then I always like to keep a brush that's about this size with no product throughout, just on the side. And what I do use that brush for is to just in between steps, just take it in there and just soften. I'm gonna take Morphe MB13, take Volatile from the OG Norvina palette. And this is what's gonna act as the transition, because now we're gonna work on the outer part. The transition from the black to, yeah, well, the transition for the black. And then this one, I'll just start here. And I'm just gonna kind of wing it out like if it was a wing. And then fold it into the crease like this. And then when I get to about here, instead of going over the black, I'm gonna like direct the brush above the black and then go up here and blend. Because if I were to go straight onto the black, it can turn muddy, and you don't want that, or you can lose the color. So I kind of, and then I'm just gonna take this a little under here too. This pencil brush by Melt, and then back into Noir. I just dipped into it like twice. Start out here. So first we're working on finishing the crease, and then we'll worry about blending it out. I don't disturb the pigment too much. So patting, well, if you pat like in a small, like a tight circle, it's essentially the same thing as like doing a blend. Back with the M562 into Noir once. And then from the under eye here, I kind of place the brush there and then flick upwards. And then I start introducing it into the crease. See how it kind of like creates the marker, so you kind of know in like what direction to blend. So back to the pencil, and now we're gonna smudge this a little bit underneath here. Okay, and then lastly, I'll take the pencil brush again, and then I just like to pack on the deepest part of the crease, just so that it looks the darkest in that area. This is the look. I just went ahead and used some concealer for the concealer for the brows. I put on these lashes. These are Topaz by Cavalli Lash. Lip liner Sweet Tea by Morphe. And then I tightline the waterline with Melt Cosmetics Blindfold. And just Lip Injections Extreme by Too Faced. And that's the look.